Okay, I just did this video, but it's short enough that waiting for YouTube's rotation processing simply isn't worth it. So I'm redoing it. I want to point out that although there is clearly an entire night's worth of mess, there is no mess in the water this morning. I made one tiny adjustment. I haven't cleaned that yet. It's still that clean. Look at that. It's amazing. Because if I cleaned it, I'd change the paper towel too. So the small adjustment is a large peanut butter lid has a platform underneath. It's about as stable as that's going to get. Yeah, so that's exciting. I think I'm going to make them more magic water. I'm really happy with the food dispenser now, because chicks don't need like a whole hopper full of food, it turns out. And so this is kind of perfect. They're going to be able to use the same food for several days in a row without having to dig it out of the bedding all poop covered. And I should be able to just clean their water once a day. I could probably even skip a day and they'd still be fine. I think I'm going to get a wider, more stable base for the water. That was just what was up here when I thought of it last night and decided to give it a try. I can see there's a little bit of bedding kicked into their food, but that's so minor. I don't think that's a problem at all. Yeah, that's the same food. I think I added one handful a couple days ago. So it's going really well in here, suddenly. We're going to stop using the paper towel and see if that can still keep bedding out of the water. Because as you can see, they're fussy little diggers now. So much dust flying out on you. And all those little dust particles floating around because somebody's digging and fluffing. So, yep, I did spill their water last night, but the heat lamp overnight ended up drying everything out again, so I'm not actually worried about that. Good wing stretch. And, yeah, so we'll give paper towelless a try, and I'll check in, because that paper towel is simply so that less bedding gets kicked into their water, but I don't know if being higher will change their water instead. There's almost no food in the bedding anymore. This is perfect for bigger birds. This is only something you could do like day 5 and forward, I'd say. And these aren't even 2-week birds. In one of my recent videos, I labeled it 1.5 weeks. And that was correct. But at one point I said they were 2.5 weeks. I had looked at the calendar wrong, and then I looked again before labeling the video. So yeah, they're not even 2 weeks old yet, and they're this much bigger. So many feathers. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah. So, I'm hoping that, this is actually really low maintenance. I still sit in here and stare at them several times a day. But I won't have to be cleaning and refilling things as often, because the food isn't everywhere and the water isn't full of poo. It's healthier for them, too, because they don't risk running low on things or eating their own back-end business, because that was pretty much impossible to keep clean when the water was low. And it was impossible to keep the food clean when it wasn't in this yogurt container with holes in the side. There's my little 5 fluffs. think possibly next week or the week after we'll be able to figure out how many roosters and how many hens, because they need to have those chest feathers, and those are about the last ones to fill in. You see they still have their baby heads, and they still have their baby chest and bellies, but I don't really feel like distressing anyone enough to pick them up. Maybe I will. Come here. You good bird. Yeah, so. Yeah, they're used to me going through and inspecting all of them, so everybody's on edge now. They're like, somebody got picked up, everybody gets picked up now. And the little yellow ones, because they don't know the difference between the two, they typically get picked up twice. It's kind of funny. I'm hoping something about their adult feathers will be distinguishable, because I can't tell who's who. But other than that, I can tell everybody else's differences. So, they tend to get picked up twice for their little feather checks, and how are you doing, and are your feet clean, and all of that kind of thing. Good feathers. Nice feathers, baby. So yeah, they're growing fast. Not yet 2 weeks old, and they got like half their feathers in. Their wings look great. It's amazing. It's really amazing. These are jumbo quail, or at least they were sold as such. So, it's interesting though, because these two are so much bigger, and it's not an age difference, because these are smaller, and they're spread throughout when their hatch days were. So I don't know if I got all jumbos, or like some of them are jumbos. It's cool though. I like it. Maybe some jumbos are just naturally bigger in the breeds than the others. I don't know. It's neat though. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it's oriented more correctly this time, because starting a video with the camera facing down, it defaults to vertical. So I need to start filming with it pointing at the wall and then pan down. It's important, apparently. Alright. Take care. Bye.